We're going to get right into it, Rob. And you brought it up. Some people who are forgetting kind of what everybody's going through. And it's showing. We saw, we saw it in baseball, right? Who was the pitcher for Tampa Bay, right?
Blake Snell.
Snell, who had a great year, but
who wound up being what? Who wound up coming out of the World Series, for the Rays. It was that guy. He pitched a good game, but
he did.
He
complained earlier and seemed a bit
about his money.
Deaf. To what was going on around the country, and I even throw Dabo Swinney in there. And I get that, you hate to have a game canceled 3 hours before kickoff. You hate to have to fly. I heard somebody say it was several $100,000.
You got to fly. So what?
Play,
big deal.
And all that. No, I'm saying I get all that. It wasn't ended in a timely manner. However, to your point, relax. There's people going through much worse, far worse, precisely because they weren't kept safe from the things that people are trying to keep you safe from. They didn't have somebody looking out for them like you do. And it sounded tone deaf on Dabo's part, on Blake Snell's part, and now the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, we've praised them for being 10-0, great season, look like a Super Bowl. They're definitely a contender.
Worst 10-0 team I've ever seen, but go ahead. I digress.
How many 10-0 teams have you seen?
A lot. They're bad. Go ahead.
How are they bad?
Just go ahead, Chris.
And
don't get sidetracked.
You sidetracked me.
No,
they ran roughshod over your Super Bowl pick.
Just keep going.
The Baltimore Ravens. Yeah, I figured as much. All right. Anyway, their game, they were supposed to be the primetime game tomorrow night on Thanksgiving against the Ravens. What a game it would have been. Of course, the Steelers had beaten Baltimore a few weeks ago. Baltimore is in desperate need of a W. Now, they do have a weak schedule after this, so they should still be in position to make the playoffs. But right now, they're out. They're out of the playoffs. They've lost 2 straight. So it would have been a great game, but COVID has hit the Ravens. And more players. Now they got 7 players who've either tested positive or been identified as close contacts. So the NFL postponed the game, and instead of playing tomorrow night, they will play Sunday at 1:15, and it will be on it'll be on NBC, and that'll be it won't be blacked out anywhere. It's a national game. But the Steelers, Rob, are complaining. Eric Ebron, I'm not gonna lie, this is BS, but he said the whole word. Juju Smith-Schuster. First, the NFL takes away our bye week because another team can't get their COVID situation together. That was Tennessee. Now they take away our Thanksgiving primetime game for the same reason. SMH, shaking my head. Now, here's the thing. Yes, you lost your bye week. Was it week 7? But you got a bye week in week 4. So you've gotten your bye. All right? It was early, but you got a bye. Then we got someone else. Who is this saying? To what? Yeah. Ebron, an ESPN reporter, tweeted at him about SportsCenter discussing the news. He said this to talk about what? How they bleeped us. We had a week 4 bye because of this. Now the only time we look forward to some rest was after one of the biggest primetime games we no longer have. We keep getting screwed this year. Chase Claypool's made a big name for himself this year. What a joke. Devlin Hodges. Man, this is some BS. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Rob, I've talked enough on this to this point. Go ahead.
Hello? Is this on? What are you talking about? You're getting screwed. It's called COVID-19. The world is upside down. Everybody's been screwed this year. And you're talking about some meaningless football games? I hate to break it to you, Pittsburgh Steelers. Your football games, your 10-0 record, your rest, your primetime game being taken away from you means nothing in the grand scheme of this world we call COVID-19. You guys sound like idiots, like morons. You ungrateful and thankless people. What? People are dying all over this country and this world because of this disease. And you got your panties in a bunch because, my primetime game got taken away from us. We keep getting screwed because the other teams can't take care of their COVID-19. If everybody could take care of the COVID-19, we wouldn't be here. Hello? Really? Did they think this out? This came from the people who own the Roonies who own the Steelers. Can you go down to the locker room and knock some sense into your football players and tell them where we are in this world? And that at least the NFL isn't saying, just go out there no matter what and play and put people's lives in danger and in harm's way. I applaud the NFL for pulling the plug. Chris, that's a big game for the league. They're doing the right thing. Thank you, Roger Goodell. They're doing an NBC. No, you can't play the game and put people's lives at jeopardy. I know you feel like you're Superman and nothing can hurt you. Look around. I go on Facebook and see friends and family members and people. My partner, Chris Broussard, lost someone in this. Stop acting like it's not real. It is so real.
Amen. And I'm gonna call you Reverend Rob for the rest of the day.
I'm serious, Chris. Come on with this.
Nah, you're right. Look. And here's the other thing, right? You said everything. But here's a few extra things, Rob. The Steelers, the game is in Pittsburgh. So it's not like they had to travel. And that still wouldn't make it worth complaining over, right? But they didn't have to get on a plane and already fly to Baltimore, check in the hotel, leave their families. None of that. They're in Pittsburgh. And they actually get a few days extra. Man, they played an overtime game Sunday, a tough overtime game on Sunday. I'm sorry, that was Baltimore did. Baltimore played a tough overtime game Sunday against Tennessee, and they were playing on short rest. But Pittsburgh played. They were playing on short rest too. Now they get a whole week. Instead of playing on a few days rest, you get an entire week to rest. And then Baltimore, after playing on Sunday instead of tomorrow, they have to come back and play on a short week on Thursday. So they didn't even get the worst of it. And they're complaining? You hit it on the head, Rob Parker. This has tone deafness written all over it. I'm sure even they have family members or friends who've been impacted by COVID. This is kind of the problem in today's social media world where, in the past, Mike Tomlin, like you said, the Roonies, maybe would have had a chance to talk to the players and say, look, give them some perspective. Don't say anything when the press comes in here or when you talk to the press. Don't say anything. But with Twitter and Instagram, that's where all these quotes came from.
Right. They're just
Twitter
reacting without thinking. It's their own lives. They just don't think about what's happening out here, Chris, and what has been everything. Restaurant owners, Chris, and businesses and malls have tumbleweed going through them. People don't go to the mall anymore. People don't go anywhere. Barbershops
closing up left and right.
Left and right. Are you kidding me? And you're belly aching about a football game and belly aching because the NFL's doing the right thing, Chris, to keep them safe? We criticize the NFL all the time, don't we? I'm telling you, I applaud the NFL.
I agree. And remember, Rob, early in the season, you had some players complaining about what's the health situation? What are we doing? The league hasn't told us anything. Now they're taking care of you and you're complaining. You're playing, 3 days from now? What? What are you so upset about?
Right.
I mean, this is ridiculous. You heard it. We're fired up. Steelers are tripping. Tripping, I tell you. Or do you disagree with us? 877-99 on Fox. Your turn to weigh in.
All right, let's kick it off with, let's go with Travis in Oklahoma. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Travis, what's up?
Fellas, I just want to say I absolutely love the show.
Thank you,
Thank
buddy.
you, my man.
I mean, both of you, I listen to you all the time. Absolutely love you guys. It's always so straight, and I'm so excited to be on the air with you guys. I'll say this. I feel like it's maybe, and the two of you agreeing on an issue, my goodness. But
That doesn't happen very
That's the
often, so you
shocker.
know it, Travis. It's got to be something.
There'll be a little tension later on in the show.
Yes.
I can see why maybe those fellas are upset because, at what point, is it going to end? Like, and also, I will say this, like, it has a 99.5% survivability rate. Like, there's not bodies in the street. And I think these grown men, alpha males that are playing football might just be sick and tired of having things put up their nose all the time, having to take these tests all the time. Like, I don't want anyone to die, and I don't want anyone to be, sick or anything like that. But, I mean, at some point, are we going to be talking about the fifth wave, in 3 years from now, are we going to be talking about the 100th wave?
Travis.
Well, we get, Travis, we get that
we
they're
understand
inconvenienced, but everybody's inconvenienced. And some people a lot, like for us, myself and Rob, maybe for you, certainly for the players, it's an inconvenience.
Absolutely.
But for
Our lives
many
have been
people,
turned upside down, right?
Many people, though, it's far worse than an inconvenience. And I'm not even just talking about those that have had deaths in the family or obviously those who have died, but for those who've lost jobs, for those who maybe, as Rob said, own restaurants that are about to have outdoor dining and indoor dining shut down. We're just saying have some perspective.
Right.
We all are inconvenienced. We get it. Just have some perspective before you go out there complaining.
100%. That's all it is. Understand what's happening in front of you. This isn't Roger Goodell picking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's Chris, like, oh, we got screwed again. Oh, they screwed us. As if like there's some sort of conspiracy to make the Steelers,
right?
The
that's Steelers are one of the flagship franchises.
Right.
They love having the Steelers be great. And you made a great point, Rob, earlier. This was huge for the NFL. We talked about it earlier, and we'll get into it later. There are a lot of times, let's keep it real, where there aren't good Thanksgiving Day games.
No.
More than half of them are stinkers. And we had a great game at night. I mean, this is huge for the NFL.
You think they wanted to pull the plug on that, Chris? No way. No way did they want to. That's right. Marty in Kentucky. We knew Marty would jump in because we're talking about his Steelers. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Marty?
What's up, fellas? I'm glad to hear you guys agreeing on something for once. Of course, it had to be when it was about my Steelers.
I know. Now, Marty, are you mad too? You like the Steelers?
I'll tell you my opinion. These individual players that have reached out to whine and cry about this, they need to get their head in the right direction and get their priorities right. They are 10-0. Nobody's out to get them. Maybe somebody wants them to feel that way, us against the world mentality. Maybe that's working for them. I don't know. But they're lucky that they got the bye week unexpectedly in week 4 because Big Ben had not shaken off the rust.
Thank you.
Dealt with the new players yet. If they had played Tennessee in week 4, they probably would have lost because they weren't that good yet. And I feel like they've gotten very lucky and caught some breaks because of COVID. And these players need to worry about winning. They still got a game scheduled for Sunday. They need to not worry about being on prime time. That's an Antonio Brown past hit Steeler type of mentality. They need to learn from that.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Good. Well said, Marty. Very well
Marty,
said.
thank you. How about Kirk in Pennsylvania? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What you got, Kirk?
How's it going, guys? Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Whoa!
Man, don't make it the last time.
That's right. Thank you, buddy.
Oh, no. No, I just started a new job, so I can call you guys back more. So,
all right.
I got 3 points to make. First point's very short. And, Rob, you need to get out of here with that worst 10-0 record you ever seen. You have to give them their respect. We are making history here. Second off, what makes the Baltimore Ravens any different from when Cam Newton and the New England Patriots tested positive. They still played. What makes Baltimore any different? Just because they're playing better and they're supposed to be this year's team?
I don't think they're giving Baltimore a break.
I don't either.
I don't think that has anything to do
I
with
think
it.
that they made a mistake with that other game. And Chris, remember we called them out for that, the NFL, for that game. We thought that was a mistake, that they went against what they had been doing when anybody tested positive. They were postponing those games. And we were like, why are they playing it? And I think that they came to Jesus and realized that was not the right thing to do.
And also, Rob, it's getting progressively worse.
Right.
That was only a few weeks ago, but the country's in a worse position.
We're in a tailspin.
Than we were then. So we just, again, keep things in perspective. All right.